This is the first of the TNT, well, this one's a TNT update, but there'll also be TNT breaking news for really important stories as we sort of interrupt your day. But this one is all about immigration, and immigration primarily into Thailand, but we will veer slightly into some other areas of the world as well, and some quite big immigration stories, some of them slightly humorous, some of them not so. Let's start with this first one. Now, there are going to be changes to the visa-exempt tourist entry into Thailand. This is the visa that they change from time to time as far as length and which countries are able to use it, which means you can come to Thailand without pre-applying for a visa. You don't even have to get a visa on arrival, the VOA. This is a visa exemption. It's visa-free, but you get a stamp in your passport that says when you have to leave. Now, currently, the visa exemption is for 60 days, and that takes into account 93 countries. Now, in July last year, it was only 57 countries, so Thailand massively widened the number of countries that could come here. Now, the officials say there have been problems with more overstays, a bit more crime, some people taking advantage of the longer visa-free status. Now, not only could you come for 60 days visa-free, but you could also stay for an extended 30 days. Pop down to Thai immigration in your local area, pay 1,900 baht, and bingo, you've got another 30 days for a total of 90 days. Now, the government have foreshadowed that is about to change. So there's a few things to look at here. Firstly is what date may it change? And they've said up front that the current 60-day visa-free will probably be reduced to 30 days. But there are a few questions we don't yet have answers on. One is exactly when this is going to start. And I suppose the other one is, are they just going to have a blanket reduction from 60 to 30 days for all those 93 countries? Or are they going to leave some countries at 60 days and others at 30 days? The other question is, and there's no guarantees, I mean, people just assume that as they go back to 30 days, they'll go back to the situation that existed before. But will you be able to go to the border and get another 30 days? We don't know. Would you be able to fly to Thail or to Vientiane or some other short trip, get a stamp in that country and then come back the next day for another 30 days? How many times will you be able to do this each year? Now, they haven't given clarity on any of these matters as yet, nor have they even foreshadowed that there may be some restriction on certain countries rather than others. But I think there's a bit of a clue as to when this might be starting, and that is May the 1st, because we know that on May the 1st they're going to start this new TDAC, the Thailand Digital Arrival Card. Now, you might remember in the past we used to have those TM6 forms, the white and blue ones, which we'd be scraping around in the aeroplane before we arrived, and then they'd put the stub of that in the back of our passport. Well, that was the sort of the real-life hands-on TM6. They're now going to do a digital version of that, which you'll have to pre-apply for before you come on your trip to Thailand. Now, at the moment, they're saying it's only going to be for people on visa exemptions. So, okay, if you are coming to Thailand after May the 1st, you're going to have to pre-apply for this TDAC. We're not exactly sure at the moment what information they're going to be after, but if I was going to be a betting man, I'd probably say they'd be after your address here in Thailand, maybe your travel plans, your return flight, and just all your other general passport details. But that hasn't been confirmed yet. And here we are, about 5.5, 6 weeks away from May the 1st. So they better decide pretty quickly. But it looks like that could be the date that they may change the visa-free status from 60 back to 30 days. Again, nothing more than speculation, but it seems that if that's the day they're going to introduce this Thailand digital arrival card, the digital TM6, that it would be just a fairly natural extension to make that the day that they change the length of stay for visa exemptions. We're just moving on to a couple of very quick stories about visas. Well, not so much visas, but tourists in Spain. There has been talks in various places in the world. Venice is one that comes to mind, but also Barcelona in Spain, where locals have been complaining about over-tourism. Too many tourists. Their presence and buying up Airbnbs and hotels, buying properties, it's pushing up all the prices and making it hard to live there for locals. So there are some locals there that have taken it on themselves to buy some water pistols, nothing to do with Songkran, and just squirting poor old tourists who go there to enjoy themselves, just sitting outside a cafe, having a bit of wine, a paella, and somebody comes along and squirts you in the face with a water pistol and says, "You're not welcome." So are we going to see this phenomena growing around the world where there are a lot of tourists? Now in Asia, you'd be thinking maybe parts of Hong Kong, parts of Singapore along Orchard Road, maybe Bali, maybe places like Phuket or Walking Street in Pattaya. Well, if it's Songkran, we wouldn't be too surprised. But at other times of the year, are there some people in these locations that are suffering from, well, they perceive it as over-tourism, with the locals fighting back with things like water pistols? So there's a bit of immigration update as it is today, with a bit of speculation that we may be seeing May the 1st. That's just me speculating, for the change from 60 back to 30 days for the visa exemption in Thailand. Of course, if we do hear any more updates, I'll certainly keep you advised and up to date as soon as that information becomes available. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel. We'll be doing these updates. Could be daily, could be every couple of days. There might be more than 2 or 3 stories we need to keep you updated with on any particular day. In the meantime, thanks for watching.